ground. So we flew via Barcelona. So the first leg involved a trip down to Barcelona. When I got on the plane, who's sitting in front of me, only a good friend of my wife's, who, believe it or not, runs a genuine traditional British fish and chip shop restaurant on the Ramblers, which is great, by the way, if anyone's ever there. Cheap plug. Then on to Barcelona, very wet Barcelona when we got there. We had an hour or so's wait at the airport, getting into Madrid in mid-afternoon. I'd never been to further than Barajas Airport before, so it was a new trip for me to go to Madrid. Stayed on the Gran Via, which is one of the main roads in the city, and then down to Puerta del Sol, where most of the bars were full of Liverpool fans. We did our usual thing and made sure we avoided the Irish bars, which are the ones that always get jam-packed, and we found a place just round the back by the name of Fatigas del Cuera, prizes for best translation of that. And there we stayed basically for most of the time before the game. Absolutely fantastic place, a sort of genuine Spanish restaurant as opposed to finding the ubiquitous Irish bars, which are the same the world over. Quite what people's fascinations are with them, I just don't know. But anyway, we stayed there and met a few other friends, came and went during the afternoon. And then it was on up to the ground. Now, we'd been told to avoid one of the subway stations because that was an area alongside the river that if there was going to be trouble, that's where it would be. So we dutifully got off at the other station, but then managed to walk the wrong way and ended up going right past this area where the Madrid fans were all congregated. And I think it was only there that we realised probably that the atmosphere of this game was going to be a bit special and not the way you would normally expect it. Clearly they were very grateful that we'd made such a fuss about keeping the game in Madrid, as well as the obvious ties with Luis Garcia, Pongoli, and of course Fernando Torres. No trouble at all. We walked up through to the visitors section, and they'd put a little detour in which that allowed them to decant the Liverpool fans, to A, to check tickets, and then B, to let us over in smaller groups to get into the ground. And this worked relatively well till we got to the final holding area. The police were holding on and seemed to only be itching to let us show that their reputation had been well merited in terms of what they'd done with other fans. Thankfully, there was a few Merseyside officers in observer roles who managed to keep the peace between fans who were becoming increasingly restive and their truncheon-happy Spanish counterparts. Anyway, after about 20 minutes being kept in this area, we finally got across into what can only be described as a rugby scrum. I only say that only the British queue, but this was ridiculous because clearly they'd had no concept of queuing, so there was just a melee around the turnstiles. But in we eventually got and into the ground. I was sat up in the top tier, and it was an amazing atmosphere. But as we left, so as we were waiting for the Spanish to leave, it was clear that they weren't in any great hurry, and it was for no other reason than to applaud us and to shout the name of Torres and Liverpool over and over to us. It was truly remarkable. After about 20 minutes or so, we were then let out of the ground, and as we came out, it was amazing that the Spanish fans hadn't actually dispersed from the area, which the police were supposed to be doing. That's the whole reason that they keep you in the ground. They stood on both sides of the street and actually applauded us out. It was absolutely remarkable. I've never seen anything quite like it before or anywhere I've been. And then it was off into town, where we went back into our now familiar bar. And after that closed, we then went to another bar where we were joined by a few Madrid fans, who then proceeded to give us a tour of the whole area, to all the late drinking spots, and regaled us with all their songs. Surprisingly enough, although I can't speak Spanish, I was doing quite well at about 3 o'clock in the morning, singing along to all these Atleti fans' songs. And then it was back off to the hotel, making our weary way back. then to go through the whole procedure again on the way back the following day, back via Barcelona, to what had been a truly remarkable trip. Only downside had been the problems trying to get in, and also what became a familiar tale of people getting pickpocketed. As bad as that was, but obviously the people that happened, I think the abiding memory will be the truly remarkable rapport that existed between the fans, and probably something that will continue between the two sets of fans for some years to come.
Our feedback section. This is your chance to give out to us, or to praise us, or to be completely unimpressed. Anyway, consider Justin and I very impressed here as Conor Murphy slides in between us to put us through our paces. Conor, how are you?
I'm grand. How are you?
I'm doing well. I'm very impressed with you. But anyway, are you impressed with Liverpool's form recently?
I am.
You are?
I am.
No complaints?
Well, I have some complaints about tonight, but that's you all have set that to rise already, I believe.
Yes. Listen, I believe a fair bit of feedback for this episode, yeah?
Yes, a little more than usual.
Really?
So, yeah. Looks like people could actually find the episode this time. Well done.
Yes, thanks. Yeah, I tagged it nicely with a new
good man.
A new logo and everything. Yeah, anyway, so what you got?
First up, a return from another Conor, the one in Rockaway, Oregon.
Oh yeah, Conor wrote to us before, didn't he? Yeah.
I do not remember you, Conor, but anyway.
I do.
He